Okay, today is market day in Tapco, so I got some delicious fried brownies with some little donut holes. I think that's taro and another flavor. I got fresh pineapple. These are super sweet. These are little teeny tiny pineapples. I got 10 spicy chicken wings. Goy got herself some mackerels, so she got 3 packages of those. They love those. Fry them up. We got vegetables. We got 3 onions, 2 heads of a cabbage, and a package of these are sweet peppers. So I'm going to make fajitas with that. Then I got a head of broccoli and green onion and cilantro. And last but not least, we got some limes. Oh, and also some fresh squeezed orange slushy. And that's fresh squeezed orange, not from concentrate or anything else. So all of that food, which is tonight, tomorrow, and the next day's meals and snacks for $15, under 15. So I love Thailand. Great food, cheap eats. All right, Tuesday, November 7th, we're at Mom's old house. So this is the, get over here. This is the main power coming from the pole. So the big breaker is the power coming in from the pole. And from there I'm feeding the small breaker for this house, and then we also feed over to the new house because the pole is set directly over here to this side, and the new house is this way. So unless we set another pole, we had to come this way. I wanted to run direct, but right now, until we do something else or take this house down, whatever, that's what we're stuck with. But all of a sudden, she went to plug in a light yesterday and it blew, and now we can't get this guy to reset. So I'm going to start here, unplug the main power from here, or the output anyway, and see if it'll reset without any outputs on it. And then we'll start troubleshooting from there. So I don't know what happened or what changed, but there's always critters. Power comes over here into these old style tie boxes. So who knows what's going on in there. And it's spliced here, going up to this light. And then it goes down. What's this other one go to? I got one going over this way. Oh, for an outlet there. So we may just start eliminating some of these things and replace these. So let's get to work. All right, so we replaced this, put the switch in an outlet for the bathroom. And that's just gotta put one of our LED spots up in there because she just had her cheap light hanging there and ripped out all of that junk because there was an old cruddy outlet there. So it's still not safe, but took out a light there. There was there's outlets and plugs here. So we just put a light here. This building's gonna fall in anytime, so it's just eaten by termites. So hence why we're not spending a bunch of money on this, because this is all an addition, so it's no good. So we just put a simple light in there. This side of the house is a little more stable, but I put 3 new outlets in there, a light for here and a light for the exterior at nighttime. And this is what started the whole thing. There was a fluorescent bulb there, and when she plugged it in here, it blew the breaker, which it popped the breaker, and I put this breaker in, and I had this one laying around from the well, and it doesn't even work, so I had to go buy a new breaker. So that's all back together. New breaker in the small side. That's all. That whole thing is all new. Power coming to the new house. Power to the old house. All the upstairs is existing, but I ripped out a few little runs that were running this way and that way, and kind of tried to clean some of this up, but it's still got some it's not up to any kind of code. But there was an outlet there, so I ripped that one out. There was another outlet there, ripped that one out. And yeah, so tore out a bunch of stuff, because this is what I'll show you what the tie do. So this is an old style tie plug from the back. So this is they put these little plugs with the light switch, and it's on this little pegboard, and that mounts to the wall. So the bugs just eat that. The water gets to that melamine, and none of the old fluorescent work. This one's still working. Ceiling fan doesn't work. But like I said, this is my temporary power over to here. So I'll get that back today. She's got it plugged into the TV right now, so can't shut the TV off, of course. But yeah, that's the old house. People still live like this, man. It scares me what they do, but this is how they live, man. They just get a little bit of water. Our city water is working better now, so we are actually getting some flow. So I ran, and it's actually cleared up too. So next project, if by the end of the month, if we do pretty good on budget, I'm going to buy a tank. And so the village water system is on solar. So if we have good sun like today, we have good water, and that's pretty clear. So during the day I can fill a tank. So I'll have to come over here, put the tank on a pad, and then I'll bring my pump from over at the wellhead, because that's almost a 10,000 baht pump, and put it over here, and then I'll just put a cheapy pump at the wellhead that will only run a couple hours a day. But if this water is running pretty clear now and pretty strong, as long as there's sun, I can actually fill the tank even if it's slow during the day. It should fill up every day. So we may just start using that, and then we'll have the backup for the other water. So starting to work on next project. So if you see the dots under the shelf, that's where I'm going to put a shelf at, underneath there. So I'm going to put one shelf up high, one shelf just to keep stuff off the floor, because of all the critters and stuff. It'll make it easy for us to clean and still mop and stuff, because spiders will move in. So basically every week or two at the most, you gotta pull everything out, clean all the spider webs, everything, or else you'll just be infested, which Thai people don't do. They just live with it, but I don't. So got these cut. So as soon as I rest up from my electrical endeavors here today, I'll start to weld these guys up. So got the first one set. Make sure, go put them in place and make sure they all fit. Everyone, of course, is going to be custom. Everyone is a different shape and size, so they're not square. It is what it is. Because all that is a cement block with like a 1/4 inch skim coat on it. So it's a 7mm a block with 3mm of skim coat over it. So none of it's perfectly straight or square. So everything's going to be custom. So fun for me. All right, we'll show you some once I get welding. Okay, so here we are on a Friday at 11:30. I guess we're babysitting these kids now. They stay with their grandparents, and this is the way it is in Thailand. Most places, the grandparents are busy out in the fields. So when the bus comes and drops them off down at the corner, they don't really have anything to do until the grandparents can get over here and get. So they've been coming over here the last couple days and hanging out because we started showing them the Amazon fire and everything. So they've been coming over here and checking that out and watching cartoons and enjoying everything and cooking them some food in the evening. And it's about lunchtime for me too, so maybe make them a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, see if they like that. But I'm busy making shelves, so I'm getting all the material cut. So I got 2 shelves in this 2 section. Got 1 shelf or 2 shelves in the 3 section. And I'm making the 4 section now. So what I mean by that is this is section 4. I'm just going to put 1 shelf in there. I'm going to put 2 shelves just in this section here. And then I've got 2 shelves for here. And here's the first section. I got the frames made for that. So I'll put anchors into the concrete and then we'll go find some wood and build the tops for them. So that's where I'm at. That's a project for this week. Went and got 4 sticks of this stuff, 6 meters each. So that's what 6, 12, 18 feet roughly. So I'm getting these all cut up, and then once I get everything cut up, I'll weld them all together. So that's my project this week. So trying to get that done. See ya. Okay, Saturday morning. Just going out feeding my fish and checking my jasmine bushes. And you can see this one looks pretty sparse. And I see the culprit right there. These guys right here. Let's zoom. These guys right here will strip a plant overnight. This sucker was nice and bushy, but look at the size of this guy. Let's see if I can get my finger in there. I mean, just overnight they come in and they will strip a bush clean. Here. But yeah, that's the second one today. So that's why I have to check them. Found one on this bush because he was eating on this one. Ooh, there's another one. So these big moths come and lay the eggs for these guys. And they will just literally, I hate them. Ugh. So that's why, look at this one, see how this is all chewed up. So I know there's one on here too. There he is. So that's 3 for today, 4 for today. And there's usually only 1 per plant. Yep, look, see there's a bare branch. This guy was easy to see. Let's look over here. See, that one looks fine. Look, here's a bare spot right here. There he is. I'll go out and smash him. Look at this guy. Oi. They just chomp it. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Tomato hornworms. Oh. God, I hate these guys. Look at this guy. 5, 6. Oh, there's 2 on this one. Usually don't see 2 on one plant, but this was, 3. Damn. Boy, that was a nice bushy plant yesterday. Alright, I'll look. Alright, so I went through and did a double check. Had multiples on the same plant. But that's what they do to them overnight. Because I just came through here yesterday, if not the day before. But that's what one looks like. This one doesn't have any damage at all. So that looked like that a day ago. So I found 10 of those worms. That one's had 1 on it. This one had 1 on it. This one had 2 or 3 on it. This one had 2 on it. See, that's what they normally look like, nice and bushy. And these all had 1 on it at least, and a couple of them had, this one had 3 or 4, which usually that doesn't happen. Usually they spread them out. And this is the end of the rainy season, so everything's trying to get what's life is here, because now it hasn't rained for several days, so the weather's starting to change now. But I wanted to do an update over here and kind of show you what carrots are taking forever. They're finally starting to get a little girth on them. That's just sand with a little bit of the potting mix that we make on top. The tomatoes just bush out. Even trimming them back and keeping them from, I just gave up on these because they don't really produce much. And here are the peppers. They don't bush out like my peppers at home. Even cutting the tips out of them, they didn't bunch out. The eggplants are, it's a different variety of eggplants, but these things are vicious. One of these has pretty big, this one doesn't have the spikes on it, but one of them has a freaking spikes on it. Yeah, this one doesn't either. Where's the one? But papayas we just planted those 6 months ago, and they're already forehead high to me. But the main thing I wanted to show you, now look at this. We planted these guys, and like mine back in the States, they'll be shorter and bushy, but these guys are just going straight up. I mean, we filled all these rings up, but everything's just compacted down. So we're gonna have to go dig and find more dirt. We already got a big hole back here, so I don't know how much more of this we can take. But look at the rack on these bananas. So I might actually get some bananas, fresh bananas out of the garden. So all these guys got pups on them. Got new little growth starting. So once this rack finishes, once it produces this rack, we chop this at the ground, and then that gives, and we'll just chop it into little pieces, and it'll be mulch for the next ones coming up. But look, this papaya's over my head. It's flowering really well. So this is buy Magroot Kaffir lime in the States. But this thing is just putting out lime. I mean, there's so many limes on the ground and stuff, we can't even keep up with them. But always got a couple pumpkins, I think. I mean, this is just wild. I don't even come over here. Yeah, look at this eggplant. Look at the spikes on that dude. But not a single eggplant on it, so I don't know what's... I don't know if that's like a wild variety that just doesn't produce much. But this is towards the end of the season. I'm trying to start new kapow, which is holy basil. Got sweet basil here, so it's all petering out. So we got to find some dirt somewhere. But these little tiny eggplants, which they like to eat those all the time. But look at the spikes on that sucker. I mean, that thing is dangerous. Look at the spikes. The tomatoes are blooming, but they just don't produce. Got some loofah. It's just kind of an experiment. We'll just let that one go. We're not going to eat it. We'll just let it go. But yeah, no water yet today. The sun's just coming up, so well, it's about 9 o'clock, but it takes a while for, I don't know if they got to fill the water tower in the morning and then it goes out, or what's going on. But yeah, all right, take you over here. All right, so yesterday I was working on all these shelf frames. So today all I got to do is clean up all the welds. This one is for under the sink, so I cut out a round for the drain. So I got section 1 has 2 shelves, section 2 has 2 shelves, section 3 has 2 half shelves, and section 4 just has 1 shelf there, about midway up. So yeah, today my plan is to just get these cleaned up and get them ready. I got to drill some holes for anchors, so I'll get those all laid out and drill the holes for the anchors and screws and get them ready for paint, and then I'll start laying them up in there where they go, mark everything for the drilling the cement, put the anchors in, get them all kind of dry fitted, and then we have to go shopping for some wood. Go probably buy some teak, some thin stuff for like siding, and put that on, and then we'll have to treat the wood for the bugs and probably put some kind of a varnish over the top of that. But yeah, that'll make that area look nice. So kids came over bright and early this morning, just because we let them. Been trying to be nice to them, give them some food and let them use the little Amazon Fires to watch cartoons and stuff on. But they came back again this morning, like they were moving in. I'm like, nah, I don't mind doing it after school, but I ain't adopting myself 2 kids, so go ahead to kind of shoo them away. I don't mind them come over after school for a little bit, but we're not moving in. So yeah, that's it. That's the update, folks. Kind of a quiet day. I didn't wear a shirt yesterday welding, so I got a little sunburn. You can't really see it on camera, but I'm sunburned right in here. I'm not supposed to weld without a shirt. Safety third. So not so worried about the sparks with that MIG welding, but still got to worry about the sunburn. Forgot about that one. Oh well. Live and learn. What a life.